All right, welcome to class today. In this video, we're going to do a few things. One, just make sure that you know where we are in our calendar, if you're kind of staying on track, and if not, what you need to do to make sure that you get yourself caught up. And then the last thing I'm going to do is ask for a little bit of feedback about who you might want to work with in breakout rooms, and give you, up to this point, I've just been assigning those, but I do want to give you a little bit more say in who you feel most comfortable working with. So the first thing is just taking a look at our calendars. Just a reminder, in Google Classroom, those are listed right up here. It's the very first thing. And it's the two calendars are, one is for meeting expectations and the other one's for exemplary. Remember, to get an exemplary, you got to work through the modules a little bit faster. But what I'm going to focus on today is just what you need to be doing if you're shooting for a meeting expectations in this unit. So the first thing is, when you go to that calendar, it's got all the dates listed. And again, these are recommendations, but they're recommendations for what you need to do to finish these modules by the end of the school year. And so ideally, what would be happening is that you'd be finishing module 2 right about now. So what I want you to do is take a moment and go and figure out, when is module 3 supposed to be done? Okay, hopefully you found that information and were correct on it. Again, if you're unfamiliar with the calendars and how to find the information off of them, please let me know, okay? So the second thing is, I want to make sure that my PowerSchool matches up with what you believe you have done. So you are going to go, you're going to open up your PowerSchool and take a look at what we have done so far with our geometry modules. And what I want you to answer next is, right now, according to PowerSchool, how many modules do you have marked as late? Okay, hopefully you were able to find that information out. Again, what I did was, because we were supposed to be finishing module 2, ideally by today, and I know some of you have done that, some of you are still working on module 2, some of you are still working on module 1. But essentially, if you aren't done with module 2, I went down and I marked it as late. Same with module 1. And as soon as you finish those and you finish the Kahoots and submit them, then I just change that late to a meeting expectations. Just a reminder that when you do a Kahoot, some of you are still not like taking a screenshot of the results page and uploading it. You'll notice in Google Classroom, there is a place for your Kahoot. And here, there's the link to the Kahoot, and there's also a video explaining the problems and how you do them. Reminder, I want you to do the Kahoot on your own and try your best on it, but then if you get some wrong, go in and take a look at those videos to explain any questions you got wrong. But when you get done with that, this is where you should submit that screenshot. Okay, some of you are doing the Kahoot and then you're just moving on, and I have no way to verify that you've done that. So please remember to do that. Okay, the last thing that I'm going to have you do, and this is for you individually, this is probably the most important, is I want to get a little feedback on you about the breakout rooms and how we can use those most effectively, because I really want you to have some say in who you feel most comfortable working with, because as you are working through these modules, I don't want you to do it totally by yourself. Obviously, I'm here to help you, but it's a little bit more difficult when we're doing this, through distance learning. So I really want you to work with the people that are in your breakout room, but I know you might feel more comfortable with some people than others. Okay, so I'm going to take a moment here. The next question is, I'd like you to write down a list of people that you feel comfortable working with, that when you're in a breakout room, that you'd be good leaving your camera on, talking to, and that you think you could get some work done with. That doesn't mean you're best friends necessarily, because if you have a friend that you don't think you can be real productive with, that's probably not someone that you want to put into a breakout room. Okay, you only have, a half an hour or 45 minutes a day to work on your modules. You probably don't want to be with someone that is going to not make you as productive as you can be. So take a moment. I'm going to ask you to write down the names of the people that you would feel comfortable working with in a breakout room. Okay, thank you. And I also wanted to give you an opportunity to tell me if there's anyone you're not really comfortable working with. So if there's someone you really, for whatever reason, don't feel comfortable working with, and it could be a personality thing, it could be someone that you just don't feel like you're going to be productive with, it could be some other reason. And I promise these are confidential. This is just for my information to make effective groups. If there's some people that you really don't feel comfortable working with, could you please list them now? Okay, thank you. And then the last thing is some of you just might prefer to work by yourself on these, and that's okay. If that is an effective way for you to work, that is fine with me. I would like to get that information from you now as well. Okay, thanks so much. So what we're going to do now is you're going to go and just start on your modules. I will be selecting the breakout rooms again today, but in the future, I hope to form some new groups where that you guys feel most comfortable with.